All you can do is all you can do, and all you can do is enough. All you can do is all you can do, and all you can do is enough. The question is, are you doing all that you can do? That's always the question. Are you doing all that you can do? If you believe you are, then all you can do is enough. But if we're not, then we have to get to a place where we're doing all that we can do. And all that we can do takes courage. Takes courage, ladies and gentlemen, to go after your dreams. Takes courage to grow. That's what the lady said in the beginning, right? Growth takes courage. Having hard conversations takes courage. Changing your mindset takes courage. Apologizing takes courage, right? There's so many things that take courage. And like Alex Hormozy said in the beginning of that video, it's not binary. It's not do I have courage, do I not have courage? It's just how much of it do I have? We're courageous in some areas. We might have a level of courage in other areas, but maybe we're not courageous in going after our goals and dreams. Maybe we're not courageous in going after the life that we don't need a break from. I heard you know that saying that says it takes money to make money. You've heard that saying before. It takes money to make money. I think it was might have been Grant Cardone. He said it actually doesn't. That's a lie, right? It doesn't take money to make money. It takes courage to make money. It doesn't take money to make money. It takes courage to make money. That's why an immigrant can come here. That's why someone can come here with zero. That's why someone can be poor and actually build wealth and actually get to a place where they have made money and allowed their family to benefit from the fruits of their labor. But that's courage. That's courage, right? It takes courage to step into a new environment and do something new and learn new traits and learn new skills and right talk to new people, all those things. It takes courage. And so a lot of times we just have a lack of courage. We have a lack of courage in our relationship. We're not having the crucial conversation. We're not having the hard talks. We're not actually pouring in and doing the hard things. It takes courage to make money. I just shared that with you. It takes courage to build a business, right? It takes courage for these things. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm curious, like, what are you waiting on to build courage? What are you waiting on to continue to get to that life that you want? We can't do the easy things and think we're going to get to the life that we want. We can't just do the things we're passionate about and get to the life that we want. That's not the way this works. Do you have disciplines? Are you able to execute? Like, are you able to put yourself in a position to sacrifice, to do hard things, to build the courage in you to be able to go off and design your ideal life? Les Brown said, what would your life look like if you had more courage? What would your life look like if you had more courage? You think it would be for your benefit? Or if you had more courage, life would still stay the same? You know that answer, right? You know, if you had more courage, your life would be different. You know, it would be for your benefit. You know, you would remove some of those fears that you have. You wouldn't allow the enemy to talk to you in the same ways that he does and gives you the same doubts in your head if you had more courage, if you practiced having more courage. In our text, 177 Mental Toughness Secrets of the World Class, this is actually one of the underlying things that helps you build courage. Understand, it says the title of this chapter says the world class catapults their consciousness by overcoming obstacles. What you got to know is by you overcoming challenges consistently over time, you build courage. That's how we build it. It's by you constantly overcoming the hard things, the challenging things. First things first, it's you putting yourself in a position to do hard things. That's the first step. Do you put yourself in a position to do hard things? Do you put yourself, this is again, this is part of the reason I fast, right? It's because it's hard to control the flesh sometimes, right? And so do you put yourself in a position to do hard things? Do you put yourself in a position to do hard things in business? Do you put yourself in a position to do hard things in relationships? Or do you shy away from relationships? Do you shy away from these things? You have to really ask yourself these questions if you want to go off and design your ideal life, ladies and gentlemen. That's it. If you want to go off and design the life you don't need a break from, then these are the things you got to start paying attention to make sure, to make sure that you are building the capacity to handle that life that you're asking for. Here's what it says in this text, though. It says, while the masses see obstacles as their primary adversary, champions view them as opportunities to expand their level of thinking and competence. Professional performers know the only way they can truly become mentally tough enough to manifest their vision is to struggle and fight their way through obstacles. There's no other way. The great ones are conscious of the fact that success is trial by fire. The middle class consciousness avoids obstacles at all costs and looks for the easy way out. The world class builds their own roads and forges ahead, knowing the strength of character gained from overcoming obstacle after obstacle will be the measure of their true success. And with that rock solid character, even greater things can be accomplished. If you remove the obstacles, you remove the opportunity to grow. Say that again. If you remove the obstacles, you remove the opportunity to grow. The world class becomes great by overcoming more obstacles than the middle class. They get tough because they're in the game, getting hit and taking shots. Professional performers are good at overcoming obstacles because they're always engaged in this process. Amateurs spend so little time staring down the dragon that they simply never get tough enough to become pros. It says here, the fear of failure looms deep in the psyche of the masses. The great ones are sometimes fearful, yet develop more courage with each new obstacle until they stand up one day as a true mental warriors. The great ones are sometimes fearful. We're sometimes fearful, yet develop more courage with each new obstacle. That's it. Your ability to go through the obstacles, the ability for you to go through the obstacles and get this rock solid character. Remember, it's not about acquiring, it's about who you're becoming. It's about who you're becoming. People want to be comfortable, like they say in this book, you want to just arrive safely at death. We all know we're going to die. So I'm just trying to do the least painful things in my life to be as comfortable as I possibly can to just arrive safely on my deathbed when I go. That is not ideal. That's not how we get to our ideal life. It is overcoming obstacle after obstacle, challenge after challenge. Like Ron just put in the chat, we don't move the mountain. We go over it. We go around it. Like we don't move the mountain. We go, right? That is a mindset that you got to have. You can't wish away the problems. You can't wish away the adversity. You can't complain away the issues. These are building character in you. Remember, it's not about what you have or what you acquire. It's about who you become in the process of getting to those things. That's why the obstacles are important. The obstacles help you build courage. The more obstacles you face in all the areas you're trying to grow, the more obstacles, the more challenges, it allows you to grow. It allows you to think differently. It allows you to dig deeper. You heard Les Brown in the video say, right, the swimming analogy, right? Just if you're drowning or right thrown in the water, you can't swim, you're gonna learn how to swim. The desperation, he called it the inspiration of desperation, right? Your desperation of like, I have to do this is going to build courage in you to do the things necessary to get to the life that you want. You got to understand how this works, ladies and gentlemen. I hear too many people try to wish away the problems. Make the changes, make the change, be decisive, make the change, and then go through the challenge, go through the adversity. Again, you got to know this is how you get your mind to the next level. This is how you build the capacity in you to handle the life that you're asking for. Like it says in here, it says professional performers know the only way they can truly become mentally tough enough to manifest their vision is to struggle and fight their way through the obstacles. Everything that you want is going to be a fight. Nothing just comes easily. You might have some talents and some skills that come easy to you, But to go after your ultimate vision, to go after the man or woman God called you to be, to continue to grow and build the capacity to handle the life you want, to get mentally tough enough to be able to handle all the challenges and all the things without breaking down, like that is going to require you to push yourself and struggle and fight your way through this thing. But just know the reward on the other side of that is you build courage. You have the courage to do things that other people won't do. You have the courage to step out on faith. You have the courage to, build that business bigger. You have courage to do more things than the average person. Remember, it doesn't take money to make money. It takes courage to make money. So where's your level of courage? Would your life be better if you had more courage? And if so, you need to put yourself in a position to do hard things. That's how we build it. The only way you can, right? The only way you can have some challenges and some obstacles is because you're trying some things that you don't know. Like you don't know how to do certain things. You're not familiar with that. You're learning this process. You are failing forward. This is the process that you're going through. If you choose to just do all the comfortable things, if you choose to just do all the things that keep you exactly where you are, likely you won't go through the same challenges and obstacles, which means it's harder to develop courage. It's harder to develop courage if you don't actually go do the thing. So again, you understand this, but how much are you applying this in your life? Remember, we're not just hearers of the word, we're doers of the word. We're not just listening to these things and saying, you're right, I need to have more courage. And then we go do the exact same thing this Wednesday that we did last Wednesday. We have the exact same habits and routines that we had yesterday. No, no, no. If you realize, like, you know what, I do need a little bit more, I do need to practice my courage. I do need to grow in this area. Got it. So what are we going to do today? Today, that's all you have is the present. So what are you going to do today to put yourself in a position to do something uncomfortable, to do something that pushes you out of your comfort zone, to do something that challenges you, to do something that, again, is hard, not the easy stuff, the hard stuff, so that when that new obstacle comes, when that new challenge comes, you're now looking at it differently. Like, oh, this is building courage in me. Got it. Got it. Okay. I'm gonna go through this. All right, what do I need to do? And it's not gonna be easy. It's not gonna feel good. Again, remember, y'all, like none of this stuff is easy. I'm never gonna tell you it's easy. None of this stuff feels good. None of this stuff, but the result is what you're looking for. The result is what you're looking for. I think it was Mike Tyson that said, right, he hated working out. He's like, I hate doing, or maybe it was Muhammad Ali. It was either Muhammad Ali or Mike Tyson. I forget. But he said he basically hated training. He's like, I hate training, but I want to be a champion so bad that like I'll do the workouts, I'll do the trainings, I'll do the push-ups, like I'll do all the stuff, even though I hate this part. But the result is what I want. I want to be a champion. I want to win. So because the result is so great, I'm willing to do the hard things. This goes back to something we talk about all the time on these calls, y'all. Do you know why you're doing anything? Do you know what your vision is? Do you know what you're doing this for? When the vision is big enough, when the why is big enough, you figure out the how. You figure out how to get more courage if you know what you're trying to go after. So just in that same analogy of, hey, I know I want to be a champion. I know I want to win. So I'm going to do all these push-ups, even though I hate doing this stuff. That is what's going to allow me to get there. And I want that result more than anything. What's your reason for overcoming your obstacles? To build courage to do what? To live what life? To impact whom? What's the vision? Because otherwise, if you don't have the vision, why would you go through any of these things? And this is where most people falter, not us. Again, you guys, you're on the path, you're on the journey. I'm instilling some things in you to help you. The masses is why in the book it calls it the middle class consciousness. It's just the masses. Just think of the majority of the people around. They don't have a vision for where they're going. So every obstacle that comes in their life, they don't know how to handle it. They look at it like it's a horrible thing because they think life is supposed to be smooth. Once you have a vision, you expect it. You expect there to be obstacles. I expect the enemy to get into the way. Like I expect him to. right? When you have a huge vision and you're going to impact people and you're going to change the world and all these things are going to come through you, you got to know the adversary doesn't like that, especially if you're doing it to build the kingdom, right? Like he doesn't like that stuff. So there's going to be obstacles, but how do you view that obstacle? Do you view it like, oh, you know what? Like this is hard. Maybe I shouldn't be doing this. This is the sign that it's too hard. I should only be right. I got to go back to the things that it wasn't hard doing. Maybe I'm on the wrong path. Or are you like, man, I knew this was coming. This is growing my character. This is building that rock solid character in me. Again, this last sentence or this sentence in the middle, it says the world class builds their own roads and forges ahead, knowing the strength of character gained from overcoming obstacle after obstacle will be the measure of their true success. And with that rock solid character, even greater things can be accomplished. Is that how you look at obstacles? Like once I get through this one, man, I can go on to even better things. I can go on to the bigger mountain. Okay, I got through this one. Man, okay, that hurt. But now I can go do the next one. Is that how you look at the obstacle, or do you wish it away? You say, man, wish I didn't have these issues. I wish I didn't have this challenge. I wish this wasn't here. Remember, y'all, if you change your thinking, you change your life. And this is a way you can change your thinking. The action step for today says make a list of the 3 biggest obstacles you currently face. Next, determine the worst thing that could possibly happen if you decided to mount an all-out assault to overcome them, aka build some courage. If you can live with the worst case scenario, suspend your fear and attack your obstacles as if it's impossible to fail. If you succeed, your self-confidence and courage will soar. If you fail, you'll live to fight another day. This is the process to design your ideal life. Like this is the process, the challenges, the obstacles, all those things are going to be in your path, but it's for your benefit. It's for you to build courage. It's for you to get stronger. It's for you to get more mentally tough so you can handle what you're asking for. I'm telling you, you can't handle the things that you're asking for. If you have really, really big vision, big goals, big dreams, you're likely not that person. I'm not that person to handle the life that I see for myself up ahead. I'm not there yet. That's why it's a never ending growth. We're constantly growing, constantly learning, constantly getting there. And you guys can do it too with these reminders. I love you guys. I want you to win. You deserve to win. Your families deserve to win. If no one ever tells you, I'll always tell you that. You got to remember that. You got to have that belief in you that it's possible, that opportunities are limitless, that you can do whatever you set your mind to. You know, all the things we tell little kids that we stop believing after a while, right? You got to believe it again. You got to believe that you can make it happen. You got to believe you do become anything that you want to be. But it's going to take some intentionality. It's going to take you overcoming some adversities and building the courage and the capacity you need to handle that life. I'm on the journey with you guys. Go out there, do something that scares you today. I'll see you back here on Friday. Love you guys. Take care.